All right, guys, let me tell you this bizarre story of TD Bank. Okay, so first off, I work for TD Bank. I work at the contact center, so I take calls, customers' calls, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so let me begin with. Okay, I'm sitting there working, right? I'm working my job. My mom, she's like, Brandon, I can't get to my online banking. Brandon. I'm like, Mom, just let me, I'll finish working. Let me help you out. No, Brandon, I'm locked out. I can't get in. I'm like, Mom, you probably locked yourself out by putting a password in wrong too many times, okay? So then after, I'm done working, I go over and I help her. And apparently she calls TD Bank. I told her to call TD Bank because she's probably locked out. She probably put the wrong password in. And she's like, my Face ID wasn't working. I was like, that's like pretty weird because usually Face ID works. But if your online bank is locked, I work at the bank, so I would know. I literally, deal with this stuff. I was like, well, if your online bank is locked, it doesn't matter if your Face ID or password, you're not going to get in because it's locked. You have to call and they have to unlock it. They could lock it for many reasons, okay? Whatever. You put the password in too many times wrong. It could be a bank issue lockout. Maybe you missed the password or it's just for security reasons. They might have locked it. Many reasons, okay? So I told her to call. She calls. And then after done working, I go out in the kitchen, all that stuff, and I see my mom, and she's, on the call with them. And apparently they're saying they actually restricted the account and all that. It's a banking issue lockout. And they're saying they're going to demarket my mom, which pretty much means that they're going to stop doing business with my mom, which is really, really bad for a bank or any kind of company to not want to do business with a customer. It means you done something really, really bad, or you were abusing something, or you were not a good customer. And my mom has been a customer with TD Bank System of Commerce for 20 plus years and never ever overdrawn once, and always has multiple thousands of dollars in there. She never has negative in there, never overdrawn, doesn't abuse anything. She's been a good customer, a loyal customer. And for them to demarket her, first off, we have no clue why, is crazy. So we get more information from the guy off the phone, okay? I start talking to him since I work for the bank. I know what to say. I know what's going on. And I figure out exactly what's going on. Pretty much, it was a $2,500 check that my sister deposited because my mom's on my sister's account. My mom's on both of my accounts. And she also has an account with my dad. So apparently, it was a $2,500 mobile deposit check that my sister deposited, from this guy, from doing work for this guy. And the guy said send back $1,900, okay? So it's a little weird, okay? Because he was only supposed to pay her $600 and, I paid her $2,500, by accident, apparently. And so she sent $500 three times. No, $500 three times and $400 one time to a couple different people to pay them back because the check was just supposed to be split in half, but the guy paid my sister apparently the full check. The full $2,500 was she's only supposed to get $600. Okay, so she deposits the check and she sends the money. She sends money back through a third party way, which is like an international way through like MoonPay. It's like I guess it's like remotely or PayPal or you send internationally, so you got the international fees. So I'm like Faith, I'm like, don't you realize it's probably a scam? He's probably he just made $1,900 off of you while you do that, and she thought the check cleared because it wasn't pending anymore. But apparently, I guess it, was a fraud check. And since my mom's on the account with my sister, they actually, restricted my mom's stuff, all my mom's stuff. And since my mom is on my account with me, now my account was restricted because my mom's on there. So now both of my checking account was restricted, my savings account was frozen, and, I can still log into my online banking. My sister still can, but now everything is going, now all this is going on just because my sister deposited a check that she thought was legit, but apparently it was a fraud check. I guess TD Bank thought that that they were abusing the system, that they did this on purpose to get money out of it, that we did this on purpose. But and specifically my mom, my sister's the one that deposited the check, and me and my mom knew nothing about this until literally now. My sister doesn't tell us anything. My sister, nothing happened to my sister. My sister still had her account, she still had online banking. She wasn't the one getting demarketed. My mom was. My mom literally did nothing wrong. My sister's the one that deposited that check. My mom did nothing, but my mom was actually getting she was the one getting demarketed, which is bad. We have 5 accounts. My mom is I have 2 accounts with TD Bank. My mom has 2 accounts with TD Bank. My sister has an account with TD Bank. My brother has an account with TD Bank. So this was not good, okay? And my mom's on both of my accounts and my sister's account, on one of my sister's account. And she has an account with my dad. So we all have TD Bank, that's our main bank. And this was crazy. So we had to go over to the branch, and then they had to send an email to the marketing team, and my money was frozen, and my mom had a check coming out, and the check would not go through because the accounts were frozen, and my account was frozen because my mom was on it with me. I'm like, this isn't my mom's fault. Why am I, and to get demarketed over one check that we didn't know that was even fraud, It's crazy. Like that's not our fault. We trust our bank to make sure that these checks are legit and that why would a check even like clear or be added to my sister's balance if it was even never even legit check to begin with. But yeah, so it was really misleading, and then like pretty much with the bank, and I'm like really nervous. I'm like really like I working a little bit, and working when something is going wrong in your life is like really, really hard. Like if you break up or someone passes away or you're just going through something like, it's really hard to like concentrate and work while something's going on. So I was not doing okay. I was like really stressed out. I was upset. I was angry, and then really enough, guys. I mean, literally like really weird. Like, so she's sending like we're telling her everything to write for this email to send over to them, so like they can make a second appeal or a second decision, and just confirm that everything that we didn't do anything wrong, and that so at least they would know before like demarketing to my mom and all that kind of stuff. And we wouldn't know what happened to me if my mom's getting demarketed. I might have to like open up a new account, and that's all a pain in the butt, especially for like no really reason. Like this is the first time anything has ever happened with TD Bank, and poor my mom, like she had nothing to do with it at all. Not me either, and we're the ones getting screwed over too. Not just my sister. So yeah, just I guess just be careful, be mindful of what you guys are doing and all that stuff. And just I worked at the bank. I never knew like that's even how it worked. But we were writing this whole long paragraph. To telling the person at the bank. She sent over the email, and then weirdly enough, guys, they actually respond like right while we're sending that email, they respond. And they're just like, everything's back to normal. Like, so it was crazy, and everything was actually good. And so far, my sister's check is still in her account. Like, was it a fraud check? Was it not a fraud check? We may never know.